on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.
Hi, Baton Rouge, especially District 10. Here we are again, and we're coming to you today. I say welcome to the Coleman Cares podcast, where what we do, we want to educate the public. You got questions, you're not sure about some things, tune in to us, and I guarantee you'll get your answer. And so, I have someone as a guest today that's no stranger to Baton Rouge, especially our senior citizens, our most precious commodity here in Baton Rouge. And that is Miss Tasha Clark Amar. And you got it right. Council on Aging.
That's right, that's right.
So I say we're just so grateful to have you here today, and know that when she's anywhere, she has a plethora of knowledge about the seniors and the rules and the regs and how to move and all of that great stuff. So take it away. Tell us about Council on Aging and what are some specific initiatives. You do your thing.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
do your thing.
All right. Well, thank you so much for inviting me to Coleman Cares. Because, see, I already knew you cared.
Oh,
but I didn't know you had a whole platform and recording to tell us and show us how much you care. Because the work, you know, the Lord say, let the work I do speak for me.
God
so
speak.
your work speaks for you. But thank you. I'm so honored to be on your show today. And I can tell you everything East Baton Rouge Council on Aging, because I eat, sleep, and dream seniors. So the East Baton Rouge Council on Aging has been around since 1973.
Wow.
Over 50 plus years. And we were created by the Older Americans Act of 1965. And if you remember, during that time, they were creating acts, 1965, the Voters' Right Act, Women Can Vote Act, all these acts. And so was Council on Aging and Older American Act, and it is to make sure that seniors get services that they need, right? So there are 13 federal programs that councils on agents all across the country, not just in Baton Rouge. There's a council on aging or an area agency on aging in every parish and county across this nation.
Wow.
And we just so happen to be one of them. The great thing about us is we got two titles. We're an area agency on aging that gives us our federal designation, and we're a council on aging is where we provide our services. So it's almost like my right hand and my left hand, we got a contract. We work together. The money come in on one hand, the money go out on the other hand, and we do all the service ourselves. Some other agencies that's similarly situated like me, what they do is they contract and hire other groups. But we felt like we could do it better, for cheaper, more efficient for our seniors, so we get to know our own service, our own seniors that we serve, and we get to hear from them. So we got a two-way love affair between ourselves. That's something. Go Google that.
You better believe and I think I know that song. Yes, indeed.
You know that song?
I know that song. Two-way
love affair. But so what is great about us is we provide 26 services across this parish, and only thing you have to do to receive any assistance from us, you got to be 60 years old or older, and you got to live in the parish of East Baton Rouge. We don't charge for anything. All that we do, Councilwoman, is free because the tax is paid for. And one thing I want folks to remember in this community, that seniors have paid taxes all of their lives.
All of it.
If they bought bread, they paid taxes.
That's it.
If they went to a job, they paid taxes.
That's it.
Paid taxes, and this is our opportunity to give back to those that have given to us. This is our opportunity to provide for those who set the path for us. Some of these interstates, some of these houses, some of these neighborhoods, some of these stores, some of this activity that we have today that we benefit greatly from is because of the sweat from their brow.
That's it.
And sometimes we discount seniors. And that's my number one charge, is to remind us that seniors are the shoulders that we stand on.
That is
right?
so correct.
And so it's important that we keep them first.
And when you say service, you mean service over there.
Yes, ma'am.
At Council on Aging. I know here at the Leo Butler Center, you all are present here. I know that when we call, when your point person here calls,
yes, ma'am,
someone's coming to do just that big S word, serve
Service.
these
That's right.
community, these seniors here at our community centers.
So one great thing about the services, so we have 26 services that we provide. And I'm just going to hit on the major ones. First and foremost, Meals on Wheels.
Yes.
It's a national program. It's in every county. It's in every parish. It's where we cook our meals fresh every day. We tray them, we plate them, we flash freeze them, and then they go out to the homes. 7 in a box, half a gallon of milk, 14 slices of bread, snacks. We got fresh fruit. You got the salt and the pepper and the cutlery kit. You don't need to do nothing but stick it in the microwave or the oven, right? And so what people don't know, there's over 3,000 homebound seniors that we serve every day. So every day we taking them a box with meals in it, depending on where your area code, your zip code is, your route that you're on, and that's meals that you can eat, you can depend on for a week. They're a dietitian created. They're created by a nutritionist, and they're designed by a chef. So they tasty. You got to put some toners on it your own self, but you can't have all that salt, right? So it's a meal that goes to everybody. And so just annually, we do about a little less than 1 million meals in the Meals on Wheels program every year.
And
1 million meals.
Wow.
Cooked and plated by somebody's hands is such that I got 17 people in my nutritional services department, and they make that food with love, right?
You're talking about 17 jobs.
17 jobs. Oh, yeah.
And if you've never seen that kitchen
You gotta come
over
see it.
there at the Council on Aging
Come check us
facility, my,
Yes, ma'am.
it is amazing. I often wondered how they cook all of those beans, or how
That's
they.
right.
But once I went and saw, then my questions were answered there.
We have one pot that can cook 700 gallons at one time.
Yes, indeed.
And then I got 5 of those lined up. So on any given day, we can make almost 10,000 gallons of beans, depending on how we cook.
Y'all could feed Baton Rouge.
We could.
Feed
we could.
Baton
we
Rouge.
could, especially
for
in times
sure.
of disaster.
Yes.
And so then our other major program is our senior centers. And in those centers, there's a meal called the congregate meal. And the whole point of senior centers is so that you have somewhere where you can go with your peers that have like-minded ideologies as you and fellowship every day and eat a meal.
Yes.
Right? So it is all surrounded around the meal. So we got activities. They do bingo and line dancing and chair yoga and fitness and mind cognitive stimulating activities like stick a word puzzle. People think it's just, a waste of time, but really it keeps you fresh. Because one is in order to keep your mind cognitive, you got to go back to what you learned, right? So
That's it.
Coloring in the lines, just ABCs, that prevents dementia, right? It staves off early onset of dementia. And so what we have learned and studies have shown, if you get with peers of your age and you fellowship and socialize 4 to 5 days a week, it can add to your life existence.
Yes,
7
indeed.
years. It can add 7 years to your lifespan. So let's just say maybe you were going to go at 8 and now. If you come to Council on Age, you're going at 87.
Now, that's it.
Right.
And I tell you what, here at the Butler Center, when people come here, last week we had our congressman, and when folk come here, I take them straight to the seniors, and so they are really in awe when they begin to talk with them, and the seniors begin to question them, and it's amazing, and you better not get in the way when they're playing that bingo,
Oh, no.
and you better not get in the way when Donald's here to do
doing the
that.
line dance.
What?
Oh, yeah, you better not
better
get in the
get
way.
out of
That's
it. Better not
right.
break that line either.
right.
And so they enjoy, and it is my responsibility to make sure that they enjoy coming
Yeah,
here.
they do.
And so
Yeah.
I just feel privileged to
Yeah.
be able to be at this community center and have the seniors here.
And what an honor it is for them to have access to you. Because oftentimes we don't have that hands-on access to our elected officials. Because I might see you coming to the senior center, but I also can whisper to you, look, I'm having a problem with my landscaping, my sewer, or some blight in the area.
That's it.
And so, everybody doesn't get that, even at some of my other community centers. So kudos to you for being hands-on and allowing the seniors to have access to you. That's working without working, right?
That's it.
That's one of
That's
those
it.
things is I'm amenable and I'm available, and so seniors love that. And so and also, Councilwoman, with those meals in the senior centers, totally over the last 5 or 6 years, we've made 8.4 million meals in less than 6 years. No other council on aging in this state is doing the work like we're doing.
And you all had a conference.
We did.
And folk came from other places
All over the
that
state.
have the council on aging. And they were in awe to see all that was going on. And you know, it's all right to steal sometime because they stole some concepts that you all had to take back and implement. But the thing about all of that is you on a trajectory to continue. So they can have that and you doing that and more
and you know,
more.
Councilwoman, and not just across the state, but there are councils on agents that call us from across the country, right? We're touted across the country. It's, you know, you do your work in your community, and sometimes they don't know the work that you do. But other folks from all across the state, all across the country, call us. How did you do this? Can you show us how you got your housing development? Can you show us how? Because you know we have a housing development.
Talk to me about that.
So we have 2 housing developments, but one in your district. Lotus Village.
Yes.
We just completed it, maybe less than a year ago. 116 units of apartments for seniors. But the best part about them, they are aging in place units, right? And so what that means is you can come in as independently as you are today. And if your health declines or you end up having issues, you can still stay in your apartment. No need to move to assisted living. No need to move into a nursing home. You can do all of that in your apartment.
Wow.
Why? Because we put it where there's 2 shower heads in the shower. If you have an aide, they can come in and they can bathe you. The doors are 36 inches wide. If you ever have to get a walker or a wheelchair, you can still get around in your apartment. We have bed shakers. If you go to sleep and you're not feeling well, the bed will shake you. It will alert you, alarm you, and alert the 911. We have door ringers, right? If you say something happens and you're losing your hearing, but you can still see the flashing, it flashes in your house. These apartments are run by tablets, right? You can do the lights by the tablet. You can do all of this is by the tablet. And so these houses, no skid floors, lower counters. We have lever handles, right? Because the first thing you lose when you age, arthritis and your dexterity.
Yes.
So we got lever handles, pulls and knobs. Open cabinets, so sometimes what you use the most, you can access without having to open the doors. And then somewhere where you can sit at the counter a little higher so you can do your work. And those are the kind of things that they're doing across the nation. We just been slow and behind in Baton Rouge, but we're coming with it, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And see, the other thing that just folk don't know, they don't know that you are a licensed.
I am.
Talk to them and tell them what you're licensed to do.
I'm a licensed commercial and residential contractor, and I did that after building a couple of properties. And I wanted to make sure when I get to the table, I know what they know.
Yeah.
The first project, it was difficult for me because I didn't know, right? It's a lot of terms I didn't know. So I said to myself, actually I was complaining to my mom, I don't know if they playing on me, they running over me. I don't know. They keep coming with these change orders. And she said, there's only one way for you to know. You got to go self-educate. Don't wait for somebody to teach you. Go teach yourself. So I went to a class at the state, and then I ended up getting my contractor's license, residential and commercial. Because in this parish, the Council on Aging has built over $40 million worth of investments. People don't know that.
They don't know
They
that.
don't know. The building on Main Street, we did with the city.
District 10.
$3.7 million.
District 10.
The project at Lotus Village, $27 million.
District 10.
The admin building that we just finished, $7.5 million.
District 10.
Right. So they going to say, I got a love affair with District 10.
That's right.
But you know, that's
two-way.
It's a
That's
two-way.
it. Two-way.
That's
Two-way.
right. That's right.
That's it.
And Councilwoman, we are on a path to do the next phase of Lotus Village, right? So Lotus Village is designated by Village to Village Network, and what that is, it allows us to create a senior village in a certain area. It's a 1 mile area radius where we can have walkability. So you can go from the administration building to the apartments. You can walk up 2 blocks to the senior center and the fitness facility, and then we are in the process with our healthcare partner building the first ever in the state geriatric healthcare facility.
Yes, indeed.
It's 4 floors, $17 million. 34,000 square feet. It's got an indoor pool for rec therapy, but we call it our one-stop doctor shop. And in that, we got everything from cardiology to podiatry to dentistry. We build it. You could get your dentist on site, right?
Right.
Your eye doctor, your ears checked. Every kind of doctor there is going to be in there. And they got partners. The pharmacist, you get your medicine, you can get your eyeglasses. One stop. You come in at 8, leave by 12, you done had a whole overbody tune-up.
Yes.
A full body workout.
Full body
They got
tune-up.
meeting spaces and training spaces, somewhere to eat lunch. We're going to have classes like medication management, diabetes self-management, and we're going to do a class in there called Fall Prevention, a matter of balance, how you stop yourself from falling when you get a certain age.
Wow.
There's techniques to teach you. Right? One simple thing, and I always share this with everybody, is, you think your mind, you have to give your mind and your body some time to catch up. I find myself doing this, Councilwoman. You could do it too.
Yes.
When you get up in the morning, put your feet on the side of the bed, don't move. Count back 5, wait 5 seconds. That gives enough time from the blood in your head
All right.
to run to your body
All right.
and your heart,
Okay.
and then you move. Most of the falls happen in the bathroom and in the kitchen. Why? We rushing, we lazy, we wait to the end and we want to rush to the bathroom and we fall.
Yes.
Right? In the kitchen, we greedy. We
Yeah.
greedy around here. So we searching for food. You have to
Yes.
wait and give yourself a countdown every time you move. But that's going to be in the classes that we teach at this clinic. And we're so grateful to Carousel. This is February is when we're supposed to be able to cut the ribbon.
Cut
and
it.
I know you're going to be here in the front.
I shall
with
be front
your,
and center.
With your District 10
That's
pom-poms,
right, that's
front and
right,
center.
that's
But
right.
yeah, it's going to be amazing. And then our last thing we're doing in District 10 is our phase 2 of the Lotus Village, right? So we got the clinic, we got the admin building, we have the apartments, and now we need 2 things. We need somewhere where you can get you some food that's healthy. So we're working on that. And then we're working on filling in the rest of the blanks. So we don't want it to just be seniors. We want it to be for everybody. So at the end of this month, we're closing on $750,000 worth of blighted property that we have under contract, and we're going to clear it out, and we're going to drop in individual homes where some people can rent, some people can buy, it can be families, it could be grandparents raising their grandchildren. We got 3 houses we picked up. We just renovated and finished 1. We're going to do the 2 others. So we're moving in District 10.
And
the council
see-
is moving.
Oh, yes, it is. And that's what it's about,
Yeah.
where the blight is, as opposed to having in your mind just tearing down stuff. You
Right.
know, that it's about building,
That's right.
rebuilding, fixing up, have a fixer-upper there.
That's it.
in order that you can bring that blight to bright. For
Right.
somebody in somebody's life
That's
there.
right.
And so not only are you in 10, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go on up. Tell them where else you are and what's going on there.
We are moving to, we're doing a project in Baker. It's going to be the new Baker Zachary Senior Center, but also we're putting in 59 units of housing. These are lofts for grandparents raising their grandchildren. They're going to be green. That is another $20+ million project. We won an award from HUD because of the design work we did at Lotus Village. We won a $3.5 million award from HUD. We got another about $12 million from the state, and we're going to put on the change. Just a little bit, the
Yes,
back
that's
end,
right.
but we're building a brand new senior center, almost like the one on Main Street, with a pantry, fitness places, place to congregate, card room, and then also in the intergenerational space, the upstairs floor will be for the kids, so that they can have a space, the seniors can have a space, and we can connect these two groups together. Because I think the problem in our community, there have been a disconnect
Yes.
from those the elderly that have wisdom and can share that with our youth, right?
Yes.
And so it's our opportunity to try to put these 2 together and bridge that gap, right?
And you've done some of that
Yes.
over on
Gus Young.
Gus Young.
On Gus Young, we have an intergenerational facility. We call it the Ageless Circle, and that's where we close the gap and make it a circle.
Yes.
And so the seniors each take a child that they're responsible for the year. They build partnerships and relationships. They have Saturday academies where they come in together. They do activities, learning activities, hands-on activities. And at the end, the seniors sit and they teach the kids about, just the basics, etiquette, respect, dignity,
Yes.
how you treat others, right? And the children teach the seniors technology,
Yeah.
how you use that iPhone, how you text, what the emojis mean. Don't send the eggplant, that's not good. You know, they teaching them. So that class is called Take It Forward, where they get together and they learn technology
Yes,
together, right?
indeed.
Because the seniors don't know what they're doing
They
on
don't
their
know
phone.
what they're doing.
They teach them how to identify spam, how to identify this is not legit, you know, this is not a good website. And so they teaching them. And there it's a sharing of youth. And what we
Yes.
found, Councilwoman, we do a summer camp with both groups. We had about 30 seniors in the summer camp and about 50 children. And it was amazing to see them in there all playing
Yes.
together.
Yes.
The seniors are really supposed to be chaperoning,
Yes.
but they beating the kids to the zoo, right? and to the field trips.
Yes.
They ordering their piece of first. They're having a blast with these kids. And so we have a model. We don't mind sharing it. Anybody wants a copy of it, we'll share it, because we need to do this all over our community, right?
Yes,
and I know you're
indeed.
doing one.
Yes,
and so
indeed.
anything you need from us, we most definitely want to help. I send my people over there to help you stand it up, because it's about community, right?
Yes,
At the end of the day,
indeed.
the focus is about community, and
About
we need to remember
community.
that, right?
And then you further up past Baker.
I'm past Baker. That's right. I'm past
Yes,
Baker.
yes.
I skipped. I got a project. We also won another award. Out of it was 11 recipients across the country. We won 2 awards.
Wow.
From HUD, we won the one in right past Baker, and then we also won the one down on Howell. Not Howell. Yeah, Howell off of Harding. Yeah, so we won that one where we're going to do 365 units. There's 55 acres back there. Me and my developer partner, Gulf Coast Housing, and we're going to get together and do that as well. 365 senior units. So that's over $100 million project. We won about $10 million for that project. So we're working. That's why we can't afford to lose our millage, right? So
That's
folks
right.
think that we spend our millage money to do these things. No, what you learn in business and development and construction is that you take your money and leverage it, right? They see, okay, you got money coming in, we'll give you our money, we'll prop your project up with our money, and at the end, we want the tax credits, right? So
Yes.
we didn't have to spend a dime in the $27 million project.
Wow.
We didn't have to spend a dime. We used everybody else's money. And then once the project starts looking good and it starts moving, then they give you grant money. We got money from Federal Home Loan Bank of Dallas, Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta. They just y'all got a project, we want to seed into it.
Yes.
So it's important that we be able to keep our funding as well as use our funding to serve seniors, right? The millage is how the seniors eat. People don't realize, just vote no. If you vote no, then you cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because who gonna feed these people,
Yes.
right? We feed thousands of people. We have over 200,000 people run through our doors in the course of a year for any kind of service. You know, we do a program called Material Aid. It's what the seniors love the most. I don't know if you know, most seniors who get Social Security that have retired, it's anywhere between $565 and $685 for the month.
Yes.
After that, that's it.
Yes.
It's over, right? And so what we do is we try to prop them up. We give them groceries to help with their food for the month. Most seniors get $18 in SNAP benefits. Now, what you gonna buy for $18?
I
Councilman?
know nothing.
Egg
I know
7.
nothing.
If you get some eggs and a piece of meat, you done.
You done. If you get some
If you
meat.
get some meat,
Yeah,
if you get some meat.
You
Right?
better believe it, yes.
And so we provide in our Material Aid program nutritional supplements, Boost, Ensure, Glucerna. That's expensive. We provide that for them for the month. Incontinence supplies, your Poise Pads, your Depends. I don't know if y'all know a pack of Depends is almost $30.
You better believe that.
So you know your Depends, your bed pads, all of that. We provide that free of charge. Your butt paste, anything you need to help you stay independent. Durable medical equipment, walkers, rollators, wheelchairs. We provide those things. Hospital beds, all of that for no cost to the
And
seniors.
see, folk that are listening, and I know you all are listening out there, I know in their little mind they're thinking that, my God, where has this been all my life?
Right.
Others may say, this sounds too good to be true. But I am a testament to this
Yeah.
because I know that folk reach out to you
yeah.
all,
All
and
day.
it doesn't take all month
That's
to
right.
be served.
No.
That's the other thing. I'm
Right.
talking about your staff is amazing. These people immediately come to the needs
Yeah.
of the these seniors here. So they are. Yes, indeed. So anybody that's not a part of this, you're missing out.
Join us.
You're missing out.
We operate on the premise, if not for the seniors, there would be no us.
That's correct.
Right? And that's called
That is
job
correct.
security.
That
if you
is
want to
correct.
keep your job, then you need to answer these seniors, and let's make sure we serve them how you would want to be served.
That is
or
correct.
how you want your grandmother or your mother to be served, right?
And you mentioned something about the millage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
So there is a millage coming up
That's
on
right.
November 15th. And it's 3 entities
That's right.
that's a part of this millage. And that is
East Baton Rouge Council on Aging,
Council on Aging,
Mosquito
Abatement,
and the library. Right.
And I just want to put a plug in here that Council on Aging came to the table and said, don't leave me out. I want to be a part of
right.
this, and you're to be commended for that. And so talk about what it is and let the folk know that this is not a new tax.
That's right.
Let the folk know what this really entails. And then the great thing about it is your money. You talk to them about how you rock and roll with that money.
What it is first and foremost, nobody, if I see my counterparts making a sacrifice, then why wouldn't we? Because the question would be asked, they came to the table, why didn't you? So we want to do our part because, it's about community and making Baton Rouge better, right? So for us, it's a renewal.
Yes.
And we're early, but it's our renewal. And every 10 years, you have to renew your millage, right? And in those 10 years, you get to see the work that we have done. And I think it's critical, especially for us, the library and Mosquito. We do some amazing work in this community. We got some of the best libraries in the country, right? You could come out your house and the mosquitoes not biting you upside your forehead. That's a blessing.
That's right.
You don't get that in some other states. You don't get the kind of service that we receive. So it's a renewal for us. And what it is they think that people are flush with cash. But for us, being a quasi-governmental entity and a nonprofit, we can't carry over money. Every year we spend our budget to zero. And then we start again. We can't keep a reserve, right?
Repeat that, please.
The Council on Aging can't keep and does not have a reserve. When you go and you call the tax assessors, how much money does the Council on Aging have? They'll say, it's $8 million. That's the money that's coming in from next year that's been collected.
Okay.
We don't get to touch that until it's sent to us the following year, right?
Right.
So they collect your taxes for a year, and then we operating on money from last year before we get this new year's money, right?
Wow.
So we do not have a reserve, and we're a nonprofit, and nonprofits operators. If you have money left over, what you think the funding source want? Give it back. You didn't spend it, give it back.
Right.
So you have to spend it on your services. Another thing is we're a service agency. In order for us to do all that we do, I got to pay somebody to carry out the service, right? I got to pay somebody to go get the depends and give it to the seniors, to cook the meal, right? To answer the phone. So we are a service organization.
To drive them pick them up.
Councilwoman, we got 130 employees. 130 employees.
Yes,
we're
indeed.
all over this parish. 22 locations. I got 2 people in each location. I got 15 bus drivers, 30 van drivers, because the food got to get out.
That's right.
The administration is it's 5 of us, period. It's 5 of us that run the whole organization. And so, because we're a service agency. We got social workers and care managers. You just can't go into these people's home and not know what they have going on. If they're having mental health issues, if they're having social issues, what kind of issues are they having? And we provide the services or wrap them with other services. Matter of fact, just last week we had to help a couple, an elderly couple that was feeling so defeated. We had to get them in Ocean's Behavioral Health Clinic because of their mental health had declined because they just feel like they're losing their life, right? And seniors have that, just like regular people. And so that's what we use our millage for, to provide the 26 services that we provide. And this is our renewal. What we contributed to the Thrive Plan is a 0.25. That's about $1 million a year that we weren't collecting anyway. Here's another thing. That money wasn't coming in my bank account and I said, nah, y'all just have $1 million. That's not how that works. We were being collected at a certain amount, but we could be collected at 2.25. We were only being collected at 2.0. So that's 0.25 that we could be getting or that the city could be getting. So the city said, well, let's just collect at the maximum amount, get the 0.25 to us, and then you all operate because you're doing well on the other part. And that's not a hard sacrifice to make because we already weren't getting the money, right?
Yes.
And so even with the library, they build as they go for their developments, and they have $50 million sitting in there waiting for the next development. That's a sacrifice that they made. Because the city, who wants a city that's non-functioning?
No one.
I want to flush my toilet. The seniors want
right.
to flush their toilet. We don't want water backed up on us when we get a hard rain.
That's
We've
right.
been there, done that.
That's
right.
right.
2016, we just need to remember some things that have happened. We don't want to go back there. And so we decided to come in and do our part.
And no new tax.
No new tax.
That's what they need to make sure that they understand.
And the word thrive is not on the ballot.
That is correct.
These are 3 separate initiatives. When you go in, library is first, mosquito is second, we are third. And you will vote for us separately. It doesn't say thrive in any of our propositions, right? What mine says is, I'm voting for the East Baton Rouge Council on Aging so they could continue to do Meals on Wheels, continue to operate senior centers, continue to do their services, continue to do construction, and by blight, continue to operate. That's what mine says. And at 2.0, the 0.25, the Council on Aging has decided we'll give that 0.25 to the city, and they are going to use theirs for general fund and stormwater management. It says that simple, easy. All of them say that, though.
All of them.
Yeah, it just has different amounts.
So don't look for thrive.
Don't look for thrive.
Don't look for thrive on that ballot.
Or the little green people, the 3 little green stick people.
Yeah.
They not there.
They not there. They not there. Don't look for it.
Don't look for that.
No,
Don't
not
even,
at all.
Right.
Not at all.
And I really honestly think what happened is it was a brand and marketing plan that's gone too far. Right, because I think it's gone too far now. It's confusing the people, particularly the elderly voters who are your constant voters, right? Your consistent voters.
That's
and
correct.
they're confusing. So what we got to do is go about the business of unwrapping the marketing, and it's not thrive. It's voting for each entity. You vote yes or no for senior centers, for libraries, which your children use, and for mosquito. Yes or no, no thrive.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you all heard that. Yes, indeed. So.
And as a public employee, I can't say vote yes or no. I can't tell you how to vote. All I can tell you to do is do your research,
That's
right?
it.
And see
That's
where the
it.
money that you have given, where that has gone. And let your heart lead you. Because one thing we know, everybody in this parish got a senior in their family, right?
That's correct. Or
And
some
that's
seniors.
right. Or some seniors.
Yes,
and it's our
indeed.
duty as a community to take care of the elderly people in this community.
So as we close, and just want to remind you out there to make sure that you share and subscribe. Right. And so before we end this, is it anything else that you'd like to tell the Baton Rouge?
Well, we got a couple of things coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming,
Yes.
where we feed the community for Thanksgiving, and our Thanksgiving dinner will be on November the 20th. On November 21st, Councilwoman, we're gonna give away about 1,200 turkeys.
Yes,
We're gonna
indeed.
drive to just come pick you up a turkey so you can cook you some Thanksgiving at your own house, and we might have some stuff to go with that. And then we're just getting ready to close our year out.
Close
That's it.
the year
That's
out and
it.
close it out big time. And so you all have heard a lot here.
A lot.
If we ever decide to change the name of this great city from Baton Rouge, all we have to do is call it Council on Aging. It's from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And so I say thank you for joining us. And thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And so remember, Coleman cares.
Count on Coleman. Count on Coleman. If your world is looking strange, you can count on Coleman for change.